She was sitting in the snow when I looked out. An alien girl, alone, freezing, crying. I opened my door, and that single decision.
My name is Daniel Morse. I was a human living in isolation on a human colony world. I didn't ask for visitors. Didn't want neighbors. Just wanted to be left alone. Until I saw her through the window. She was in an advanced wheelchair, covered in snow, shaking violently. Alone on my driveway. In the middle of a blizzard. I almost closed the curtains. Instead I opened the door. "Get inside," I said. She looked up terrified. Absolutely terrified. "I'm not," she started. "I know you're not human," I said. "Come inside. You're freezing." Inside my house, I realized the full scope of the problem. She was from an alien convoy that had passed through the colony hours earlier. They'd left her. Deliberately. On purpose. "Why?" I asked, wrapping her in blankets. "Because I'm defective," she whispered. "My species doesn't keep defective members. We're designed for perfection. Genetic engineering, biological optimization, complete physical excellence." She looked at her wheelchair. "I was in an accident. Lost mobility. They declared me no longer valuable. So they just left you here. To die," she said simply. "That's our way. If you can't survive, you're not meant to." I felt something break inside me. Her name was Kale Vexthorn. She was 22 years old. Had been a warrior. Soldier. Top of her class. Until the accident that shattered her spine and severed her from everything she'd been. "I would have died out there," she said that first night. "In an hour, maybe two. The cold would have killed me." "Why didn't they take you with them?" I asked. "Because I asked them not to," she said, and that's when I understood the depth of her pain. "I told them, if you're going to abandon me, leave me to die quickly. Don't make me live as a burden." "You're not a burden," I said. "You don't know that yet," she said. Over the next week, I learned who Kale actually was. Not what her species had made her. Not the warrior they'd engineered. For her. The person underneath all the genetic optimization. She was curious, gentle, brilliant in ways that had nothing to do with combat or survival. She asked questions about Earth. About human history. About why we kept people around even when they couldn't fight. "Because," I said, "humans understand something your species forgot. Value isn't about usefulness. It's about existence. You matter because you're here. Because you think. Because you feel." "My people don't feel," she said. "No," I said. "Your species doesn't. But you do." By week 2 she wanted to leave. "I'm a liability," she said. "Your colony will discover I'm here. They'll demand you turn me over. Or worse, they'll kill us both for harboring an alien." "Let them come," I said. "Why would you risk that?" she demanded. "Because," I said simply, "you're my neighbor. You're my friend. And I'm not abandoning you the way your own species did." She cried that night. The first time I'd seen her cry wasn't from pain. It was from being seen as valuable. As worthy. As human in every way that mattered, just in an alien body. When the colony authorities arrived on day 16, I thought it was over. They came to my door demanding I turn over the alien asset. But Kale rolled herself to the window. Made sure they saw her. Made sure they saw her with me. Not captured. Not imprisoned. "I'm requesting asylum," she said through the door. "I'm seeking refuge. And I'm asking this human to sponsor my claim." The soldiers looked at me. "She stays," I said. The colony had to make a choice. Execute both of us for violating species separation laws. Or acknowledge what was happening. That an alien and a human had become something the galaxy wasn't supposed to allow. Friends. Companions. Family. They chose to recognize her asylum claim. A year later, Kale had learned to code. Had become invaluable to the colony's tech infrastructure. Had shown her people, through records that were transmitted back to her species, that disability didn't define value. That compassion was strength. Her species didn't change overnight. But she changed their understanding. One person at a time. I was sitting on the porch with her on a snow-covered evening, exactly 1 year from the night I found her. "Do you regret it?" she asked. "Taking me in. Risking everything for a stranger." "Every single day," I said. She looked hurt. "Not because you're a burden," I continued. "Because I regret not finding you sooner. That you had to sit in the cold waiting for someone to see your value." She took my hand. "You didn't just give me shelter," she said. "You gave me a new definition of home." "Home," I said, "is anywhere someone chooses to stay because they want to, not because they have to." She smiled. "Then I'm home," she said. And in that moment, I understood that the most human thing a human could do wasn't survival or strength. It was choosing compassion for someone the universe had deemed worthless.